Yo, is this a jazz joint?
Air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out. I feel that air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out. Take off. I'm on a rocket, a space dog. Bought a new car from Elon, wanna race. I've been asking how long is it gonna take. I've been cracking the code, had to break the safe. I've been writing my wrongs, had to change my ways. I was stuck in one place, so I had to shake. They try holding me down, but I found my way. Roddy Rich and so bicycle love me. Ride away, then my heart went on ice again. Find the balance, my patience been going thin. In the field every day till I reach the end. Popping up on your side like we had a bounce. Ain't no way that they think that it's stopping now. I've been waiting for my turn to come around. I've been waiting for my turn to come around. Air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out. I feel that air it out, air it out. I had to clear it out, clear it out. I feel like Superman and tear it down. Call as a quarterback and send him out.
What's up, football fans, and welcome back. Or is it just a friendly welcome to the Aired Out Podcast? Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the building. It's been a long time. We know you missed us. It's all good. But we're back. And trust and believe we are back for the foreseeable future, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get to it. I am your humble host. My name is Avery Collins. I am joined by two amazing analysts here today, starting with the guy right beneath me, the one we call Coach, Mr. Darren Braxton. Say what's up to the people.
People, it's great to be back. I'm a little disheartened this week, but I'm always grateful to be in front of y'all talking about football, talking with these guys. And who we got up here? Who we got up here? Avery. Who we got up here? Because it's great to have him back as well. I mean,
It is. And shout out to Pat, man. Listen, appreciate you being in the chat. Drop your comments in the chat if you are with us live. And live in the building right now is none other than the one and only journalist, Mr. Juan Camargo. My man, it's so good to see you. How are you, sir?
Good. I feel the return of what I consider to be a goated podcast deserves a goated jersey. Of course, I'm wearing my Asia Wilson, current 4-time WA MVP, Asia Wilson, who will earn her third championship this year. Calling my shot right now for that one.
Okay, I like it. I'm not mad at it at all. Listen, it's good to see you guys. So before we get into any football, which I know you guys are here for, I just need to know something real quick. How are you? Okay, got to do just a quick check-in. Give me about 30 seconds. How are you in your life? Starting with you, Juan. How are you? How are things going?
Life's been going great. I'm off of sports for now. I was focusing more so on the news aspects of my job. At the same time, helping my wife continue to integrate into American culture, even teaching her how to drive on Detroit roads, which if you're not from Michigan or from Detroit in general, you know how that's going. Apart from that, living life as best I can, man. Trying to enjoy this season. Football's been my life, and it brings new energy to me every day of the week from September to February. And I'm just excited just to see how the season unfolds.
All right. I feel you. Shout out to wifey, and her getting acclimated to American culture in Detroit streets. We appreciate it, you know. Coach, how are you, man? How's life?
Second year, new job. Well, not new now, but second year, new school, but love it. Integrated more, and I'm done being just a stooge in the classroom. Back coaching flag football, going to be doing co-ed, going to be doing the girls in the springtime, trying to do some chess with the school, taking on a little bit more leadership, just, trying to grow, maintain. Also, shout out to my wifey. doing an amazing job over there at Lincoln. Just saying.
I like it. And I love the shout out. Yes, shout out to wifey. We do appreciate her. And what you know about chess, coach? You don't know nothing about that. Well, I guess you do since you're a coach, right? You know, coaching is
man, I always gotta play a couple steps ahead.
Coach out here playing chess while the rest of us playing Madden.
Nah, I feel you. I get it. All right, listen. Like I said, we are here to talk about football. This is the apex of football, all things pro football. So we want to jump right in, okay? And I want to start with I want to this show, since it's not a new show, but it's a new beginning. I want to start with some new segments if you guys are okay with that. All right, we're gonna start with some new segments. And segment number 1, obviously we just went past week 3. We're now in week 4, starting tomorrow, right? So I want to know, who are your winners and your losers of week 3? Who are your winners? Who are your losers of week 3? Juan, I'm going to start with you. Give me your winner first, and then we'll go to Coach to get his winner, and then we'll circle back for the losers. Let's go. Talk to me.
So when I think of winners and losers, I don't really think of players per se, just because I feel like players are the result of coaching. So when I think of winners and losers, I think of the coaches themselves and who is setting themselves apart for success and failure throughout the course of the season. So for my winner specifically, I'm going with Lions defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepherd. He said during this week leading up into the Ravens game that he did not sleep at all game planning against Lamar Jackson. And how can you game plan against a 2-time MVP who's one of the shiftiest runners of the ball, as well as one of the better passers in the NFL? But he was able to, for the most part. I mean, in the air wasn't really ideal. 288 yards, 3 touchdowns, a 78% completion percentage for Lamar Jackson. But on the ground, completely different story. Kept to 7 carries for 35 yards and was sacked not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 times, with Al-Qadim Muhammad having at least 2 of them, and Aiden Hutchinson back from that leg injury that he suffered last year having 2.5 of them. It was an impressive performance by this Lions defense, who has had trouble defending mobile quarterbacks in the past before, always getting killed by them. But against one of the better mobile quarterbacks in the NFL, I got to give Kelvin Shepherd his flowers on this one, especially since many thought that with the departure of Aaron Glenn, there would be a certain missing element to the defense, a kind of grittiness that wouldn't be there. But no, the grittiness carries over into the next coaching cycle. And I've met Kelvin Shepherd personally. I've interviewed him. I've helped interview him, excuse me, to be specific. And he's a great mind and a great coach. And I'm honestly happy with the job that he's doing in Detroit.
I like it. That's a great pick. I'm not mad at it at all. Coach, talk to me. Who is your winner from week 3?
That hurt to have to hear, Juan. I get it. I so do get it, but it hurt to have to hear. Oh my God. But let's try to go a little bit more cheerful, because this one is not just a winner of week 3, but in my opinion, it's a winner of week 1, 2, and 3, for being real. It's the Colts' entire coaching staff. We knew they had a good team going against slightly. That defense is showing that they can really stop and hold when needed. Even though it's against somewhat low-level competition, they're getting their turnovers. That offense with Daniel Jones at the helm. And can we really say Danny Dimes again and actually mean Danny Dimes? Because right now he's throwing dimes. 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns in the first 3 games. First time this has been done. Crazy. 20 offensive possessions with a score to start the year. I'm sorry, excuse me, 19, I believe. 19 is actually correct. But either way, did we expect this out of the Colts, these first 3 games? I have to give credit when credit is due. If we're talking a full team, looking as a team, we're talking about the Colts right now. That has to be the winners. Those have to be the winners right there.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I like both picks. I was tempted to lean toward the Colts as well for my winners of the week. But for me, I'm actually going to go with the Washington Commanders, man. Not having your starting quarterback, Marcus Mariota, coming in as the backup and wondering, man, can this guy get us over the hump? Now, I know Marcus Mariota has been a starter in this league for multiple teams. He's been a backup in this league, so he's a serviceable backup. The guy, his play style isn't too far off from Jaden Daniels, with him being able to move around in the pocket, and you don't really have to change too much of your offense around because it's a very similar play style. However, IQ matters at that position, and the question was, can he command the offense the way that Jaden Daniels does? Can he be timely the way Jaden Daniels is? Can he have a little bit more of the, I guess, the moxie when it comes to the improv that Jaden Daniels has? Even so, and they go out and they get a W. And so I have to commend the Washington Commanders and their coaching staff for going out against a tough Raiders team. I know the Raiders are only 1-2, but they're a tough team. Nobody really wants to play them. Obviously, with Max Crosby still being there, it's a situation where he can still pressure the quarterback. He's an amazing guy. Geno Smith threw 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. So he was somebody who was extremely efficient. Obviously with Ashton Jeanty there, wondering whether or not he could break out, all the different things. But Marcus Mariota comes in, 1 touchdown. He does not turn the ball over, throwing any picks or anything like that. They're able to run the football. He has a rushing touchdown as well. And so I like it. I like the fact that they were able to go ahead and get a win. I didn't like the fumble turnover for Mariota, but he didn't throw any picks. I think that's a little bit more demoralizing. Well, not turnover, but no, he did lose that fumble, but it's a little more demoralizing to throw interceptions than fumbles. To me, I think fumbles sometimes can, as a quarterback, can kind of be excused with depending on your offensive line play, right? If you're getting sacked, if you're getting blindsided, so on and so forth. So I would have to give my winner of the week to the Washington Commanders. Now, Juan, I saw you had a comment. Darren, I saw you had a comment as well. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to Darren first. Give me your comment and then your losers. And then Juan, give me your comment and then your losers.
I had to just give an honorable mention because I'm sorry. When I seen the score of this game, it was crazy. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's no longer Danny Downs. It's Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones for sure. Thank you, Chris, for giving the correction. Oh, my God. Thank you. But can we talk about the fact that no one mentioned the Vikings this week? Or did they not go ahead and put these smackdown on the Bengals? Like, no.
I mean, I guess the reason they weren't mentioned was the fact that they don't have Joe Burrow, and it's not like the Bengals defense is good. So it's like it's not too far-fetched for them to get a W. Again, Carson Wentz is a former starter in this league. He was at one point at his height was like considered an MVP. So he's no slouch. He's been in multiple teams with multiple offenses. He's kind of starting to look like the Ryan Fitzpatrick of this era. So I don't think it was outlandish to think that the Vikings could win that game. But I do see your point though.
Yeah, just saying, 48-10 is still a little crazy.
Not to mention that the Bengals have one of the most suspect offensive lines in the NFL. And on top of that, with the Vikings having one of the premier defensive coordinators in the NFL, Brian Flores, it's almost like they were set up for a complete dominance.
And to that point about the offensive line, here's a crazy, interesting, and true fact. Chase Brown, do you know how he has negative 54 yards? Negative 54 yards.
The whole game or for like the season?
No, before even reaching the line of scrimmage, meaning he is getting torched, but he's getting touched in the backfield before he can even get to the line of scrimmage. That leads the league. So anywho, give me your losers, coach.
Can I share the losers? Because the Bengals is just all around losers. That organization, the team right now, oh my God. But let's talk about the real losers right here, people. It's the Baltimore Ravens. They're the real losers. You can't come into this season with Super Bowl aspirations and produce the way you had. You can't give up 97 points plus in the first basically 3 games. You are a team that has given up 2 times almost 40 points. 1 to 38, 1 to 41. There's no way you're going to win a Super Bowl this way. Yeah. Whether that is the fumbling issue, whether that is the defense, something has to give.
Yeah.
I know that, like, it's a gauntlet the first couple games, but this is the NFL, and you have to either put up or shut up. So, my Ravens, can you put up or can you shut up?
I remember in the 2012 Ravens Super Bowl run that they were also struggling at the start of the year, offensively speaking, and they fired their offensive coordinator as a result. And because of that, they went on a streak to go and then win it all. I'm not saying you fire Todd Monken right now, maybe try to get him to be more creative, but change is coming to Baltimore, whether they want it or not. And, you know,
you're thinking OC, I'm thinking a little bit higher because I'm starting to see a Philly Andy connection the way it's going with the Ravens, and I'm starting not to like it.
Fun fact about those Ravens: most points scored through week 3 this season,
and still 1-2.
All right, Juan, talk to us, man. Who's your losers of week 3?
Well, quick comments real quick with regards to the Colts discussion we were having. You ever notice how, like, some of the biggest stars or biggest names to leave the New York Giants in the last couple of years have gone on to have great success? Xavier McKinney with the Packers last year was second in the league in interceptions, but I think 8 or 9. Saquon Barkley, a 2,000-yard season with the Philadelphia Eagles and a Super Bowl ring. Now a possible revived career for Indiana Jones with the Colts, and Shane Steichen, who's an actual, like, one of the better offensive minds in the NFL, setting up his quarterback for success. I don't know. There's something in the water with the Giants that needs to be looked into, because that is a cesspool of destruction happening in the Meadowlands. But to go to my other losers, it actually is twofold. My first one has to do with the Giants. It's Russell Wilson. You get benched for Jackson Dart after putting two of the worst performances of your career in the last 3 weeks. Did you know, discounting the Cowboys game where he threw for over 450 yards, Russell Wilson, in his week 1 game against the Commanders and Sunday's game against the Chiefs, has thrown for a total of 228 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, both against the Chiefs, and has a 51% completion percentage. The last 2 drives of that Chiefs game was damning for dangerous, because he has become a dangerous liability on offense. First, you throw the ball out of bounds twice during a goal line situation where it's garbage time. You got to put something on the board. You can't even do that. And then when you get one last chance on your final drive of the game and it's 4th down and you're trying to find an open receiver, but then you decide to scramble it, you get sacked from behind on a 4th down and turn the ball over. Russell Wilson is done in this league, man. I do not care what anyone else has to say. This is not the same Russell Wilson who was one of the more dynamic quarterbacks in the NFL during his time in Seattle. This is not the same Russell Wilson who was second in MVP voting to Lamar Jackson in 2019. This is not the same Lamar Jackson. This is not the same Russell Wilson. I'm sorry, but he's gone. And with Jackson Dart's ascension in the NFL, it's about time that Russ got the hint and moved on with his life. I don't know what it is. I love his charity work. I love his philanthropy. Maybe focus more on that to better community. But you got to hang it up eventually, man. And then my other loser is Tennessee Titans head coach Brian Callahan. Man, 3-17 as a head coach in his last 3 years. In Tennessee's offense, since he's been in charge, has been among some of the league worst in the NFL. In 2023, it was 27th. And I'm talking points per game. That's an average of 18 points per game. In 2024, also 27th. Also 18 points per game. Right now, just a step lower, 28th, averaging 17 points per game. You're supposed to be this offensive guru who helped unlock the Bengals when he was with Cincinnati, and he's not even able to do that. And with a shiny new number 1 overall pick in Cam Ward, who has immense talent, who has fundamentals that are just unbelievable, but also playmaking skills that can be comparable to, and I'll say it, Patrick Mahomes, because of that crossbody throw that he had in week 2. That was enough to convince me that he has huge talent. Hey, you can doubt me all you want, but I'm seeing potential in this kid, despite the weak draft class that he came in through. Brian Callahan is going to kill any positive momentum that Cam Ward would have. He needs to go. The Brian Callahan era in Tennessee has to end.
I wouldn't disagree with you. It's looking pretty bad. It's looking really bleak up there. You actually stole my loser of the week with your comment. I was going to go with the Giants for those reasons, right? Just absolutely putrid. Losing Saquon, he goes for 2,000. Losing Xavier McKinney, he goes out for the best season of his career. Losing Danny Dimes, and he's 3-0. It's really bad. It's disgusting to watch. And I know Giants fans have got to be like, what? Like, are we serious right now?
Yeah,
I mean, it's gotta be really bad. But for me, I'll go with my secondary loser, and it's twofold. One, I'll start with being a homer. I don't have to say too much about it, and that's the Atlanta Falcons. You come in against an 0-2 Panthers team and get stomped 30-0. Literally could not score a point against a Panthers team whose defense is not really that good. Their offense is not really that good. I know Bryce Young showed signs of progression toward the end of last season, and he hasn't played terrible this season, but not being able to score a single point after firing your kicker of 6 years in Younghoe Koo and bringing in another who did go 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 the week before. So he was absolutely amazing the week before. He comes in and misses everything. It's I feel like there's something in the water in Atlanta. There's something hovering over this team that is just causing them to not be able to take the next step. I do not blame Michael Penix. After watching film, I realized to myself, I'm like, you know what? This is technically his rookie season. The guy's still young. He's learning. And defenses are throwing the book at him, right? So he has to learn how to adjust to that and make the right reads, make the right throws, play timely. Same thing with J.J. McCarthy. Same situation over there. Same thing with Cam Ward. All of these guys are getting thrown into the fire. They're learning on the go here. So I'm not going to blame too much on them. Obviously, the running game was pretty good with Bijan. He did pretty good. And offense coordinator, I do think the offensive coordinator needs to make some adjustments in regards to seeing too high safety. A lot of the route concepts that I saw on film, they're not too high safety beaters. And you're not going to – obviously the Panthers, that was their defensive game plan. Too high, not let Michael Penix throw the football all the way down the field and do all the things. So you got to be able to adjust and find some too high beaters in that regard, or just continue to run the football because you actually were doing a pretty good job there. But my actual losers of the week, without question, are the Houston Texans. 0-3. I don't know what's going on with this offense. It's looking really bad. You get beat by the Jacksonville Jags, and it's just not looking good, man. I mean, we saw C.J. Stroud in his rookie year, and we were like, oh, this guy has the chance to compete against the Patrick Mahomes, to compete against the Lamar Jacksons, to compete against the Josh Allens, and put the Texans on the map, put them over the top, and be a dominant force in the AFC. And it's just not been there this year. Last year, we were expecting a sophomore slump. He had a sophomore slump. It's expected. Okay. This year, I don't even know if it's him. Is it the offense? Is it the lack of having Tank Dell, his favorite receiver, his best friend? Is it not having Joe Mixon, and so maybe the running game is suffering? I don't know what's going on, but that offense looks absolutely putrid. If your defense allows only 17 points, and I believe 10 through the first 3 quarters. You have to win that football game. You've got to win that football game. So to be standing here going into week 4, 0-3 with the talent that you have with C.J. Stroud, with Nick Chubb, with Joe Mixon, who should be returning soon, with Nico Collins, with Christian Kirk, who returned for this game, Tank Dell potentially coming back for this. There's no reason that you in this defense with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson and Stingley. There's no reason for you guys to be 0-3. It's just not making sense to me.
A couple of things I want to touch on, Avery, real quick. So Falcons, after that game, fired their wide receivers coach and then promoted their passing coordinator, T.J. Yates, former NFL quarterback T.J. Bates, to take on that responsibility. I get that as a former quarterback, you can have a general idea of what a quarterback would want to see in terms of routes to open up. But I don't know if that move will do much. And to touch on what Chris just said, yeah, the regression of C.J. Stroud, it can largely be attributed to a lack of construction on the offensive line. You trade away your top offensive lineman in Laramie Tunsil. Yes, penalty prone. And I don't know what he was like in the locker room, but he was still your top blindside protector. Not to mention Nick Caley, the offensive coordinator, is giving too much responsibility to C.J. Stroud. He's giving him more play calling. He's giving him more play calling opportunities and more check opportunities too. When that's not how C.J. Stroud's career has worked out so far in terms of how he works as a play caller. Yes, he's a good quarterback, but he's not a fully finished product where he can read defenses fully just yet. And we're seeing that unfold. He still needs help and guidance. And this is an offensive player I feel like is just giving him too much trust. I feel like the reins need to be pulled back a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't fully agree with that one.
I do. You gotta we gotta remember, man. Here's the reality. He's in year 3. Okay, he's in year 3. He's still a young quarterback, and I think what happens is, and we all suffer from this in some way, shape, or form, of this recency bias. And what I mean by that is seeing dynamic quarterbacks who are actually exceptions to the rule and then making that the rule itself. Patrick Mahomes is an exception to the rule. He is a unicorn. It's not typical for somebody to come in and just dominate the league as early as he has done so. Josh Allen, it took a while for him to get there. Even Lamar Jackson, it took a while for him to get to the point where we're like, all right, this guy is consistently just showing us that he is one of the greatest of all time. But you look at somebody like Peyton Manning for over the first couple of years of his career. He wasn't the Peyton Manning that we grew to know and love. Even Tom Brady. I mean, most people said that he was carried to his first 3 championships, but then he became Tom Brady. A lot of that is the rule, and a lot of quarterbacks we can echo in that regard, where it's like, okay, they progress throughout the years, but trying to throw guys in and just say, yeah, you got to be on this level right now, and it's like, I get you want to see that progression happen extremely fast, but we've seen, again, Daniel Jones, look at him now. Baker Mayfield, look at him now. Sam Darnold, look at him now. When you allow these quarterbacks to progress and just take the time and you build the team around them and around their skill set, that's when they start to flourish. But I kind of agree with Juan here that they may be throwing a little bit too much responsibility at C.J. Stroud.
You can't judge that when he has no time. If he has no run game because he has fair point. You can't actually truly see the development. He went through that sophomore slump, and we knew it was coming. And that's because everyone was throwing the kitchen sink at it. But we knew from year 1 to year 2 that was going to happen, and year 2 was going to be the development for year 3 of, okay, now I can beat what you have shown me. He doesn't have a chance to even show that he can beat it yet. He has no one there to do it. And these play calls are so bad, which he can change, but how are you going to change if you still have no time? You don't even have the right tools.
Fair point. My issue with that is very, very, very simple. Take what the defense gives you. And that's where I'm saying that progression it's like you have to understand, okay, I don't have the offensive line. I have to know that the play call coming in, if it's a deeper, if it's a call where the routes have deeper progressions and different things like that, or deeper depth, I need to know, okay, well, the ball has to come out on time. I can't wait for the guy to get open. I have to throw him open, or I have to look at the play call and remember where are my checkdowns? Where are the quick and short things that can just get us some type of yardage? And then also, I mean, it's not like C.J. Stroud is a statue. He can run the football. I mean, the guy is pretty mobile. Like, you can move around, do something.
Bro. Is he a mobile guy, or is he a guy who runs when he has to?
Yeah, I would say he's mobile. He's not a scrambler. There's a difference. He's a mobile guy. And so I would say when you need it, go and scramble for 3 yards. A 3-yard gain is better than a 3-yard loss. A 3-yard gain is better than no yards gain. So for me, it's like, that's where I say the progression point, where it's just like, I feel like he's getting a lot of the reins handed over to him, which is not a bad thing. I just don't know if it's the right thing for them right now, even to your point of knowing you don't have the offensive line for that potentially. Like, you got to know as a coach, like, wait a second, maybe we're doing too much and giving this guy a little too much, given the fact that our offensive line isn't that great. Given the
they have everything else, they have a defensive line that's abusing offensive lines. They have good running backs back there if they use it correctly, and they have Nico Collins at their number one, and they still have a few receivers that can work with it. Man.
Let me wrap up this point by saying this simply. Coach, you just touched upon like the defense being like, still a good unit, a dominant unit. Who's the head coach? D'Amico Ryans, a defensive coach. That means a lot of the focus goes on the defense. If you're leaving Nick Caley to have to run this offense and have to, get CJ Stroud to progress as a more developed quarterback, it's not working out because it's just not the right fit. I can't remember who the first offensive coordinator for Stroud was for his rookie season, but it was a great start, but they just never built on top of that. If anything, this offense as a whole has regressed, because while you still have good weapons, one weapon is out for the year with injury. Another one is a potentially top wide receiver if he can stay consistent in how he catches in Nico Collins. And what happened to Dalton Schultz? Where is the security blanket tight end that they were supposed to be getting from Dallas 2 years ago? And it's a combination running game. Who's the running game right now? It's Chubb. Nick Chubb isn't what he used to be right now.
And let's talk. Wait, let's talk about Nick Chubb. I wanted to say this. And I need people to understand this. Nick Chubb is aura farming and stat padding, and I know why he's doing it, because of the fact that he's trying to probably get another contract. But in week 2, he should not have scored at the end of the game against the Bucs. We all know it. When he broke out for that 20-whatever yard run to score, he should have actually taken the knee. They would have kicked the field goal, ran the timeout, made the Bucs use all their timeouts, but they didn't. The Bucs come down, walk down the field, and get the score to win the game. He was stat padding, trying to get that contract. I get why he did it, because of the fact that coming off the injury, nobody believed in him, and reports were that he couldn't cut. He doesn't have the explosion, the acceleration, all the things. But he should not have scored. That's not team football. It was a selfish play, but I understand it. I just wanted to point that out.
Get your money, Chubb.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Go get your money. Go get it.
Go get your money. Go get your money. I'm not mad at it. Listen, we're going to move on to our next topic. And again, it's a new era of the Aired Out podcast. So we got new segments. All right. So this segment, I want to go with the players of the week. I want to go with your players of the week. And we're going to start with your offensive player of the week. All right. We're going to start with your offensive player of the week. Juan, who would you have given the offensive player of the week to in week 3?
I give it to 5 guys.
5 guys? You can only get one.
No, 5
not a burger joint.
5 guys because it's one unit, and that's the offensive line for the Detroit Lions against the Baltimore Ravens. They ran over Baltimore. I'm sorry to pile on, Coach, but you can't tell me that offensive line doesn't deserve the honor that it's getting here.
Asterisk.
Just because of how prior to this season, with the retirement of Frank Ragnow at center, no one believed that the chemistry of this offensive line was going to be what it was last year, that it wasn't going to be dominant. But you still have Taylor Decker and you still have some great guards in Graham Glasgow, who's a converted center. The rookie Taylor Ratledge doing a great job filling in and opening the floodgates for what turned out to be a very dominant performance against a Baltimore defense that has one of the best defensive talents in the NFL. There's talent all over this roster, but it is compromised. But that does not take away from the incredible chemistry and quick adaptation that this offensive line has developed, especially going into week 3, where you're churning out over 240 yards of rushing offense against Baltimore, over 200 yards in the air, and only 1 sack allowed against Jared Goff, and then opening the passing game for Amon-Ra St. Brown to kind of just shake it all in front of everybody as he's progressing through. None of that works without the offensive line, and that's why they get my pick for this week.
I like it. I'm not mad at it. There's a little bit of asterisk there because of the fact that Madubuike wasn't there and Van Noy wasn't there either, but I'm not mad at it. Coach, give me your player of the week on offense.
I had 2, and I can't talk no more about it.
What is this?
I can't, but I'm gonna go with my number 1 choice. Shout out Montgomery, because that was a hard run. I love the way he was running.
Honorable mention. I like it.
I still had that little football in me. Dang, it was a good run. But Caleb Williams, please step up because 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns? Man, listen.
I won't repeat it.
Hey, we're done. But Caleb Williams, 4 touchdowns on the day against oh my God, he torched the Cowboys. He truly looked like the franchise guy that we wanted. He had Ben Johnson's playbook running well. Flea flickers. That's the Ben Johnson that I've been looking for in Chicago.
A delayed flea flicker at that. And you saw how much airtime that ball had.
Oh my God.
It was like 4 seconds.
But listen, this is why I also have to not only give it to Caleb for being the quarterback and having those 4 touchdowns, but when you see a defense that is Swiss cheese and is just not playing correctly, take advantage of it in every way possible. And that's what he did. Especially on that DJ Moore touchdown in the back. Who was covering DJ? No one covered him. Caleb did the smart thing. Roll out, find an open guy, and make the right pass. I love seeing what I seen from him this Sunday. So shout out to Caleb Williams. Great job, man.
I like it. I'm not mad at it at all. I like it. I'm going to go with my offensive player of the week. I'm going to give an honorable mention, though, to the tandem of Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen. These two being reunited, just beautiful thing to watch, man. I'm loving just watching the chemistry, the timing, all the things. Obviously, the game winner or the game tire, I should say. At the end of the game last week, it was just beautiful to watch, man. Obviously Herbert just scrambling around, buying some time, and then finding his trusted partner in Keenan Allen in the back of the end zone. Absolutely beautiful. But for me, it's none other than the biggest, most misunderstood and hated player in the NFL as of right now. Herbert MVP. Okay, all right. I'm not gonna. But the most hated, most misunderstood, most underrated player at his position in the NFL, and that's Jalen Hurts. There's so much talk about how much he can't do, what he doesn't do. All he does is continue to win. You said he couldn't throw the football. What does he do? Comes out, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and just for good measure, still gets a rushing touchdown as well. 4 total touchdowns. He was absolutely amazing. Yeah. Listen, Jalen Hurts. It's got to be Jalen Hurts. I can't understand why people hate this guy. I can't understand why they don't see the allure. I can't understand why they don't see the winning pedigree of who he is. If you don't have him in your top 10, it's foolish at this point. If you don't think he's better than some of the guys who throw the football, whatever, I don't care. But not having him in your top 10 at this point is honestly just hate. Like, it's just hate. Because there's no way you can look at his game and say, yeah, that's 3-0.
Top 10.
He does everything by the book. He's never ever flustered. He's never rushed. He's never hurried. He's always under composure. He's always poised. He always does exactly what his team needs him to do to win the football game. And I'm sorry, that's what you want out of your quarterback. This whole game manager a moniker that they put on quarterbacks to demean them. Game manager is the best compliment you could give a quarterback. You are the point guard of the offense. Manage the game. Don't lose it.
All time was a game manager.
Don't lose it. Don't have costly interceptions. Don't have costly fumbles. I love Lamar Jackson, for example, right? And not to pile on. I love it. But there's no reason he should fumble at the 2-yard line and you lose on 4. That's points. That's not on the board. You know who didn't do that? Jalen Hurts. I'm not comparing the guys in that regard. I'm just saying that one does what his team needs him to do to win the football game. The other, they're dependent on him to be perfect in order to win. And to me, they're not the same. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just saying Jalen Hurts for me is my player of the week. And yes, I would have him in my top 5 conversation at the quarterback position. Now, if we're talking about top 5 thrower of the football, that's a different conversation. But the quarterback position, he's easily top 5. Player of the week for me. All right. Now, we're going to move into defensive player of the week. Coach, I want to start with you. Talk to me. Who's your defensive player of the week for week 3?
Looked around the league. Couldn't find. I tried to look for every team. Couldn't find one. But then I thought about it. I was like, dang, can I really count more special teams? Because special teams killed it this week, right? Defense and special teams, yeah, they always go together. So I chose, why not 1, but 2. Jalen Carter, and in particular, Jordan Davis. Whew, I'm sorry, Jordan Davis had a great game. He was dominant from start to finish, got a sack, and blocked the game-sealing win. And not only that, but hold up, big man, after losing all that weight, went down 61 yards and the scooper scored. I'm sorry, that was too impressive. I seen Isaiah Rodgers run. I know how fast he is. I love the ability of him having it and, you know, going out there and doing whatever. But Jordan Davis had a heck of a game. Heck of a game, big man. Love to see it.
I love it. I love it. Talk to us, Juan. Who's your defensive player of the week, week 3?
First off, shout out to the other player that took a blocked field goal back for a score in the Jets. Will McDonald against Tampa. It didn't result in a win, but dang it, if it wasn't amazing, hurdled over to center, blocked it, and then ran it all the way back. And
back to back on red zone.
An
play.
An expert said that this guy was a reach for the Jets in the 2023 NFL Draft. After a double-digit sack season in 2024, and now like already starting off the year on a great note, please tell me again that he was a reach. Anyway, plain and simple, Isaiah Rodgers. I as much credit I want to give Jordan Davis for the effort. How can you not give the effort for one of the highest rated players ever by PFF with a 99.9 rating? And just the stats alone are enough. 3 tackles, 2 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. That forced fumble and interception, both taken back to the house. Had more offense than many of the offenses that played on Sunday. It's Isaiah Rodgers. Point blank and simple.
I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not mad at that at all. For me, I'm going to give 2 honorable mentions. Okay, honorable mention number 1, and even though they lost the game, this guy was everywhere. And I texted a friend of mine. I said, this guy is going to be in the top 5 conversation, if not next year, the following year. And his name is Malachi Starks. When the Ravens drafted him, I said they might have gotten the next Ed Reed type player for that defense. This dude was everywhere in that football game. I know they lost.
Finish.
Say it again.
He just couldn't finish.
Yeah, I said, I know they lost the game. He dropped some picks, but the dude was everywhere. I mean, pass deflections, tackles, just everywhere. I'm like, yo, Malachi Starks over and over and over. I'm seeing him flash on film. With him and Kyle Hamilton playing at the safety position, the Ravens are in for a good time on defense. Moving forward, once they figure some of those things out, once obviously Matabike comes back, Kyle Van Noy, and so on and so forth. But another honorable mention is to Derwin James. Same situation, all over the field, man. The dude just, I believe he's the best safety in the league, and he's everywhere. I mean, playing linebacker, playing safety, blitzing off from the nickel. The dude is just, I mean, he's the most versatile, I think, safety in the NFL right now, and he's showing it more and more. But for me, it's without question Aiden Hutchinson. As great as Isaiah Rodgers was, and as phenomenal as he was, I believe that Aiden Hutchinson's plays were way more impactful for his team and for the game. Obviously, the sacks, right? The 2.5 sacks. But the fumble on Derrick Henry was so timely because you know what was coming. They're about to run the clock, run the ball down your throat, all the different things. I don't think people understand how amazing of a play it was. The IQ that he had to have to say, I have to honor my assignment. I'm the quarterback, right? I bump the dive man. I have to go after the quarterback because it's Lamar Jackson. We can't just forget about him. So he sets the edge, making sure that Lamar Jackson can't get out and scramble on some type of RPO or just a design run or something like that. He's getting blocked. Make sure Lamar Jackson does it. And then still gets to the dive man once he reads and diagnoses Lamar doesn't have the football and punches the football out at a prime moment in the game. Aiden Hutchinson, and he's showing why many people said, and I'm one of those people who said, if he didn't get hurt last year, he's Defensive Player of the Year probably. I believe that this year he has another chance to do that. The dude is just an animal. So just not only the IQ, but the athleticism to be able to make that play. I mean, it was just beautiful. I mean, you could pick, honestly, you could say their entire defensive unit were the players of the week, but just Aiden Hutchinson, his presence being back on that field just changes that defense so much. I love it. Gotta love it.
DPOY and comeback player of the year for Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes, for sure. Oh yeah, Derrick Henry was tight. It was a beautiful thing to watch. He literally threw a tantrum on the field, on the sideline. That was pretty funny.
I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna stop this Ravens talk right now because it's not like my team still will beat the heck out of both of y'all.
Hey, listen,
like yours did with no points on the board. I'm still wondering what's up with yours.
At this point, we don't know. All right, last player of the week situation. I was actually going to go. I was thinking about adding in special teams, but we're not going to do that. So, last players of the week is rookies. All right, yeah, rookie of the week, and this can be offensive defense for this week. But moving forward, it'll be one rookie on offense, one rookie on defense. But if you could pick a rookie of the week, either side of the football from the week 3 games, who would you pick and why? Let's start with Coach. Rookie of the week for week 3 of the NFL season.
I got you, actually. And this is going to be slightly a shocker because some people probably was real low on him, even though he was like close to the 6th, 7th round pick. He was real low. Can we talk about Cam Scatterbo? Can we talk about Mr. Scatterbo? Because like he's been very underrated. He started off very slow this year, and every single week just been picking it up. And when I believe it's Tyrone Tracy Jr. went out with the shoulder injury, Scatterbo came in and did his thing. I didn't want to hear Devin Singletary in there. I wanted to see Scatterbo. I wanted to see the receiving. I wanted to see the blocking. I wanted to see the running. He ran hard. He does a little bit of everything. He's showing what he did in college at the pro level, which a lot of people didn't think he can do. I like it. I love it. And I love it even more for my fantasy team that he's on right now because he is killing it. Scatterbo, I love it for you, man. Can't wait to see more from you. They just need to give you Jameis.
I like it. I'm not mad at it at all. Talk to me, Juan. Rookie of the week.
I mean, I saw it personally because I had to watch him bury my Jets with 2 outstanding performances. It's Emeka Egbuka. I agree with Chris on that one. 7 catches, 85 yards, including the one that sets up the game-winning field goal. 6 catches for 85 yards, including the one that sets up the game-winning field goal. But before that one, that amazing one-hander that he had on the sideline going up against the Jets corner with Sauce Gardner out with a concussion, mind you, so that made it even easier. I love Baker Mayfield's comments after the game, which was like, next time 2 hands, rookie, not 1. It was amazing. But Emeka Egbuka, like in the last couple of weeks, has already proven himself to be a top weapon in this Bucks offense, and he's going to be desperately needed now that Mike Evans is out for the next couple of weeks. But on the bright side, if Chris Godwin comes back, he can still play that secondary role enough to where he can still be the playmaker that he has developed into very quickly for this Bucks offense.
I like it. I'm not mad at all. Emeka Egbuka was actually going to be my pick, but since you picked it, I'm going to go with my third because number 2 would have been the same as Darren. But number 3 for me, I'm going to go with my man QJ. Man, QJ was the reason that the Browns won the football game. Quinshon Judkins absolutely was phenomenal in their game against the Green Bay Packers, the undefeated Green Bay Packers at the time. Everybody's talking about this touted defense and how good they are and all the different things and the Micah Parsons and he was like, yeah, hold my beer. I got this, right? And it was a situation where you look at Joe Flacco, who did not have a good game, only 142 yards passing and a pick, no touchdowns. Dylan Sampson only had one carry for 2 yards. David Njoku was the best receiving threat with 5 catches, and he only had 40 yards, so he didn't even average 8 yards a catch. No touchdowns. Quinshon Judkins comes in and says, give me the ball 18 times, 94 yards, almost 100 yards, 5.2 yards a carry and a touchdown. And I believe that touchdown is obviously the thing that was the separator for them in the game. So for me, I have to give it to Quinshon Judkins after, the whole situation in the off season and different things like that with the contract and him not signing and then not playing in the first week and coming in kind of rusty in the second week, and then week 3 he's like, yeah, nah, I'm like that, and just give me the ball, let me do what I do. And I think probably salvaged Cleveland's team a season because going 0-3 this early with their team, with their defense actually being the number 1 defense in the league, it shows me that they potentially can turn it around, because if you're going to play smash mouth football and control the clock and play amazing defense, you can be in any and every single football game. So I have to give a shout out to Quinshon Judkins from the Cleveland Browns. Juan, I see you have a comment.
Quick shout out to 2 rookie big men. It pains me to say it because I am a I support Michigan over Ohio State. Anyway, quick shout out to 2 rookie big men. Tate Ratledge for the Lions, just evolving into being a complete guard.
Yes,
helping open those rushing lanes for Demo and for Gibbs. And then also right tackle for the Jets, Armin Membo, already establishing himself as a great pass protector, only giving up 1 sack in his last 3 games. I think maybe like 3 pressures. against some pretty formidable defenses. I have to say, well, formidable for week 2 and week 3, maybe not week 1. Shout out our boo boo Pittsburgh Steelers, but I'd say this rookie offensive line class, like it's starting off on a good note.
Yeah, I would not disagree at all. Not disagree at all. I do want to real quick. I know that is week 3, but I just got to give it. I'm going to take a privilege here, senior privilege here, and I'm gonna go back to week 2 and just give my defensive rookie of the week to Billy Bowman Jr. of the Atlanta Falcons. Got to be a homer. Anywho, just wanted to point that out there. I know it's week 3, but whatever. Don't hate. Don't do that. Anywho, do y'all want to do special teams this week, or do y'all want to just save that for the next pod?
Can we just say the NFL had a special team? What? 5 blocked field goals, 9 defensive special touchdowns.
Okay,
it was
such a niche.
I only asked because it's like everything that we saw was special news this week.
Also,
teams is there this year.
Avery, if we're going back to week 2 real quick for callbacks and stuff, I'll go to my week 2 hot take that I had before the Lions-Ravens game that I got over here. I wrote that there will be 8 touchdowns scored Monday night. There were 7. 2 by Lamar Jackson. He had 3. 2 by Derrick Henry. He had 1. 2 by Jared Goff. He had 1. 1 by Jahmyr Gibbs and 1 by Demo. They had 4. So I'm gonna give myself the hot take round on that.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not mad at it at all. All right, listen. We're gonna keep it moving. All right. Tomorrow we've got football, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow we've got football. So I want to talk about this game tomorrow. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. And then we're going to go into our hot takes and game picks. But right now, let's talk about week 4 starting tomorrow with the Seahawks at the Cardinals. Both 2-2 on Amazon Prime. 2-1 on Amazon Prime. This is going to be a phenomenal game, in my opinion. I'll start with you, Juan. Give me your thoughts about this game. Who's winning, who's losing, who's coming, who's going, the whole 9.
I think this is going to be a Seattle blowout. I think the Cardinals, after their week 1 performance against the San Francisco 49ers, an injury-riddled San Francisco 49ers, exposed a lot of key deficiencies, especially specifically in the passing game. The secondary situation isn't ideal. You got torn up by Mac Jones, for goodness sake. So not to take anything away, although he did take away credit from that guy who picked him off. So take away some from Mac Jones if you will. But I'm focusing more so on that's JSN versus Will Johnson. Shout out Will Johnson, Wolverine warrior. But with regards to the Cardinals offense, it is just sputtering, man. It is not looking good. You lost your bell cow running back in James Conner for the year with an Achilles injury. The connection between Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. has not been what everyone's envisioned. I think he's up to 3 drops now this season. Marvin Harrison Jr. is. It's a real curiosity as to why the connection is not working out. Is it a Kyler issue? Is it a Marvin issue? I think it's more so Marvin, because Kyler has been delivering some pretty catchable balls to Harrison. Even though you had Trey McBride as a reliable weapon, there's not really much else on that offense that you can really rely on. On the other side of the ball, Seattle's defense is quietly one of the better defensive units in the league right now, especially with how they performed against a mediocre Saints team, letting in some garbage time touchdowns, but keeping them pretty much on the ground for the most part. And on offense, as Chris mentioned, JSN is coming into his own. Cooper Kupp is an underrated secondary weapon that they need to use more of, in my opinion. And Sam Darnold is proving that last year with the Vikings was not a fluke. So I think overall, the Seattle offense has the capability to put up numbers against the Cardinals, and I think the Cardinals offense is going to struggle against Mike McDonald's defense. If I had to give a score prediction, 31-6.
All right, not mad at it at all. One correction, James Conner, it was a foot injury, so he had foot surgery, not an Achilles. Coach, talk to us. Give us your preview of this game.
First off, oh, my Baltimore Ravens miss Mike McDonald because I gotta agree with Juan. That defense over in Seattle is looking good. He has got them playing so well with that back end, working with the front. It is amazing to see. Unfortunately, I don't see a blowout here. They still have Trey Benson, who can actually step up and do pretty well as his replacement running back for the time being this year, at least in my opinion. I still see Marvin Harrison. Yes, he's still a couple drops. He's still going to be their number one target. And if this is going to work with Kyler Murray, Trey McBride is going to have to lead this offense. And I still have faith that they can do that because I still got faith in Kyler Murray. He's still going ahead and being Houdini in some cases. Let's be honest. Kyler Murray is still pulling off Houdini tricks. He is still getting away. He is still buying time. So it's not just on him. It is on this entire offense as a whole to step up with him. So I had this a little bit closer, but yeah, sorry. It's definitely Seattle. Definitely Seattle.
Not mad at it at all. I tend to agree with you, Coach. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I do think it's going to be a closer game than people expect. It's a primetime game, and teams get up for primetime games, right? So I think that they'll come in ready and focused. But I do agree. I think that Seattle is going to win the game. I think Seattle is the better overall team. I believe that Sam Darnold is starting to kind of get his feet under him in the offense. Obviously the weapons with JSN, with Kupp. I think they're in Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. I feel like Seattle's the better overall team. So I do believe that they're going to win the game. I think it'll be a little bit closer, but I do think it'll be high scoring as well. So I've got it 30-27. I'll give it to Seattle. I think that the Cardinals, without James Conner, obviously they're not going to just abandon the run game. They are going to leave on Trey Benson, but I think that this is one of those games where they're going to put the ball in Kyler Murray's hands, and I can see him. I wouldn't be surprised to see him rush for 100 yards this game. Like, I think he'll be moving around and doing all the things and trying to be Superman, and I think it'll cause some problems for Seattle defense. Juan.
I make the argument for the blowout mostly just because of how this Arizona Cardinals team performed against a just as injury-riddled 49ers defense. They kept this offense in check, 15 points for the whole game, and just forcing a lot of mistakes on the Cardinals offense. And I have a lot of faith that McDonald's defense can do very much the same thing, if not more. And while Arizona's defense was good, I'll give credit to Gannon for being able to build that. I still think it's much more it'll be much more compromised going up against what I think is one of the more underrated offenses in the NFL in Seattle.
I'm not mad at the take. I just feel like even with the injury-riddled, quote-unquote, 49ers defense, you didn't lose your anchor, right? And when you don't lose your anchor, you don't lose your fire. You may lose some skill, but you don't lose the fire. You don't lose the passion. You don't lose that IQ. And so until they lose, and God forbid they lose, Fred Warner, they're to me, it's a situation. He's the quarterback of the defense. The guy is he's the stabilizer. He's the energizer. He's the IQ. He's the brain. He's the heart. He's the, all the things for that defense. It flows through Fred Warner. So I think that they'll be as dynamic losing Bosa and different things like that. Absolutely not. But I don't believe that they're going to get steamrolled either because they do have their anchor there. So that's why I think it'll be one of those a little bit closer game. But who knows? It absolutely could be a blowout. And honestly, that might be a hot take. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It could be. It could absolutely be a hot take. So let's get into some hot takes, and then let's also get into some game picks, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here's what I want to happen. I'm going to start with you, Coach. I want you to give me your hot take for Week 4, and then I want you to run off your game picks And as always, you're just going through the picks and you get to explain one. Let's do it.
All right, so I'm actually going to switch it up now because I'm not gonna lie, this has got me a little going. So Arizona 31-28, Kyler Murray 250, 2 touchdowns, and 100 yards rushing with another one on the ground. Let's start off with that. That's how we're gonna start with that. Kyler Murray is gonna bring this team to a win against the Seattle Seahawks, who we all think is going to win this game. So yeah, I'm switching it up. Nope, taking Arizona. I'm going with faith on this one. And watch. We're going to talk on next week, next Saturday. We're going to talk about it. But Philly, Minnesota, LA, Chargers, Houston, give me the commies. Give me the commies. The Bills, the Pats, Detroit, the Jags, the Colts, the Bears, Green Bay, Miami, Denver, and Baltimore.
All right. Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. All right. Okay. The one, the only hot take game picks. Let's talk about it, sir.
Well, now I got three hot takes. I'll make them quick. The first one, I think Kenneth Walker will go over 150 yards against this Cardinals defense rushing. I think he'll put down numbers. I think Seattle will win this game just by running over, quite literally, this Cardinals defense. So that's one. I think Jackson Dart's going to throw 2 pick sixes in the game against the Chargers. One of them, I think, is going to be Derwin James. Is going to be one of them that returns it back. And then, in Micah Parsons' return to Dallas, he will sack Dak Prescott 3 times.
Oh, I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. Okay, hot takes.
And then my game picks, I got Seattle, Minnesota, Washington, Buffalo, Detroit, Carolina, the Chargers, Philly, Houston, the Rams, San Francisco, Kansas City, Chicago, Green Bay, the Jets, and Denver.
Right. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I like it. All right. So my hot take. Which one do I want to go with? I could go with that one. Nope, I'm gonna. Yeah, okay. My hot take. Bryce Young throws 5 touchdowns against the Patriots and rushes for 1. 6 total touchdowns. A hot take. 6 total touchdowns from Bryce Young. It's my hot take. You heard it here first. Yeah. All right, now to the game picks.
I take a crazy take.
Hey, listen.
And Insane Asylum take. What are you talking about?
They got to be spicy.
Where in the last 3 games has the New England Patriots shown a weakness to give up that many touchdowns?
I'm just saying, it's gonna be a scary season. You were like, wait, what happened? What's going on?
I'm not. Well, yeah.
If Bryce gets 4, we can give it to him.
And watch this. And watch this. They might lose. All right. So, Seattle. Seattle's number 1. I'm going to go because they're home. I'm gonna take my Falcons. Falcons over the Commanders, and if Mariota plays, there better be some type of vengeance out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to do that. All right, so give me the Falcons over the Commanders. Give me the Vikings over the Steelers. Give me the Chargers over the Giants. Give me the disgusting. I guess give me the Texans over the Titans. Give me the Bills over the Saints. Give me the I'll save that one. Give me the Lions over the Give me the Lions over the Browns. Give me the Patriots over the Panthers. Give me the Yeah, give me the 49ers over the Jags. Give me the Rams over the Colts. Give me the Ravens over the Chiefs. Give me the Raiders over the Bears. Give me the Packers over the Cowboys. Give me the also disgusting. It's on Monday Night Football. Give me the Jets over the Dolphins. And back to the game that I'll talk about, the Eagles and the Bucks. Man, this one is hard. This one's difficult to choose. Both 3-0. And Baker looks like if he's not in the that's a good one. I'll give you that one. That was good. Baker's been playing like an MVP this year. Absolutely phenomenal football. Jalen Hurts has been playing like an MVP this year. I don't care what anybody says. Absolutely phenomenal football. Winning football games. Both 3-0. Both have really good offenses and really good defenses. Both are good in the run game. This one is tough to pick, actually. Game of the week, obviously. Eagles on the road. But because they're the defending champs, and I think they just have a little bit more of that edge, even though the Bucks have had their number in a time over the last 3 seasons, I'm going to give it to the Eagles. So give me the Eagles in that game. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate each and every one of you for joining in on the Air It Out podcast. Again, we are back. It is hot up in here. It's lit. It's turned. And it is amazing to be back with you, gentlemen. And with all of you who are viewing, thank you for being in the comments. Please do me a favor. Don't forget to go to our YouTube, like and subscribe. Hit that QR code. Where is it? Hit that QR code down there in the corner right there. You know what I'm saying? It'll take you exactly where you need to be. Don't forget to check out the website. You can get all of the details and info that you need at www.insidethehashes.com. Only thing along with it pick is golf time. So that's good. I like it. That was a shot at your defense, by the way. But anyway, as I was saying, like I said, check out the website. www.insidethehashes.com. And, I just want to say this.
He's not going to do it.
No,
it has nothing to do with Matt Ryan. It has nothing to do with him patting the football.
Yeah, this is on CBS now.
He's going to say Penix.
No, I'm going to say that I think that there was a conversation between two quarterbacks, and I'm not saying. I think Matt Ryan talked to Daniel Jones because I'm not seeing Daniel Jones at the quarterback as much.
You went from Matt Ryan to the
now he's 3-0. They were both Colts quarterbacks. That's what I'm saying. Like they were both Colts quarterbacks. They're not patting the football. So if you don't pat the football, he can get you to 3-0. Is all I'm saying.
Just insane at this point.
That's all I'm